Welcome everyone, welcome to our second wider StarSeed circle. Before we begin, let me introduce myself and introduce Circle, and yes, we're going to do the same script every time. This is part of the magic where you can just come in and hear really familiar words. We will have a new reading every time, and the meditation will be a little bit different every time, but the script is the script. We just get to nestle in, bring your cup of tea, your cup of coffee, and just have a little while together in a very familiar space. So hi, my name is Liz, I live in the UK, and I am a starseed. We starseeds came as an army of light bearers to assist in the liberation of Earth from the dark forces. We could not have signed up for a tougher mission. The past decades have been especially dark, and many of us are feeling isolated and exhausted, our missions thwarted. Some of us fear we won't make it through the liberation. I don't want to lose any more starseeds to feelings of hopelessness, despair, and feeling all alone. So what is the answer to our struggle? How can we support each other and get over the finish line of the great liberation? The wider Starseed Circle is a place we can gather together and share our feelings, our struggles, our experiences, and our hope. We need each other more than ever as the divide between starseeds and the sleeping masses seems ever wider. The darkness before the dawn is at its darkest. Starseed Circle does not replace doing our inner work or seeing a therapist or a healer, but it does potentially fill the void of aloneness, making the other challenges of liberation that much easier. If we are each willing to show up as our true selves with love and compassion for each other, we can create a harmony and unity to sustain us and refuel our inner light. You may be thinking, I'm not sure I belong here, I've not suffered enough, or you have suffered so much you can't even begin to share. If you identify as a starseed with awareness of the great liberation of Earth from dark forces, and you are in need of connection, you are welcome here. There is no obligation to share if you prefer to just listen. And a side note here, so I run a weekly support group where we can share in real time. We're a little bit limited on this wider platform in our wider Starseed Circle, but please do share in the comments. Obviously, take into consideration it is an open platform. Share what you're comfortable with sharing. One day, let's hope we can have Zoom calls all through the week for everyone to really come together. Imagine we are gathered together around a campfire in sister and brotherhood. We sit by the fire and tell the stories of our lives. We tell of what pains us and feel held by our brothers and sisters knowing how we feel. We share our hopes and vision, our dreams that most people would think are crazy, but we are amongst friends here with no limit to our imaginations, with our memories returning of lives lived all across the cosmos. Welcome home, beloved Starseed. Welcome home. We are going to get onto a short meditation to bring in some protections for today. So, all of those who would like to join me, sitting comfortably, taking a deep breath in, and when you're ready, a deep exhale. And this time, when we take a deep breath in, filling your being with brilliant white light. And on the exhale, releasing any tension, any stress, any worry, any negative thoughts. Just dropping it all for a moment. And taking another deep breath in, filling your being with brilliant white light. And this time when you exhale, exhale brilliant white light. And breathing comfortably, I want you to now imagine and calling forth the vibrant, brilliant violet flame from original source. This violet flame, beautiful violet flame, I always see it so dynamic, so active, running all through your body and surrounding you. Beloved, authentic violet flame, please protect us in this circle today and transmute anything that does not serve the light. And taking another deep breath in, imagining the brilliant white light running all through you, and the violet flame running all through you. This light, dear friends of ours, living beings in themselves, so alive. Thank you, everyone. And you may want to stay in a meditative state for the reading, or you may want to sit up and be alert and always be conscious of everything you are digesting. The readings are taken from various StarSeed sources. This reading is by Eric Rains. Thank you, Eric, for giving permission for us to share this today. He posted this was quite a few years ago now. He posted this in the Sisterhood of the Rose on social media. And he had a vision of the event during a mass meditation. And here is his description of the vision. The event has just occurred. It is a tense few weeks with a duality of the magnitude of what we are recovering from. While watching real time the furthering arrests and trials, and the joy on the planet as the Archon implant grid is gone and no longer poking at our wounds, and these magnificent technologies are coming out. Then the shift. The anxious cloud suddenly pops and dissolves away. Humanity takes its first real breath, realizing we are free. Then the magic literally starts to happen. A vibration, a resonance runs from heart to heart to everyone around the planet, and most don't understand it, but they know deep down in their cellular consciousness that nothing is ever going to be the same again. It grows and throbs and ebbs and flows until it reaches a point where the planetary grid can begin to fully wake up, and then the planet springs to life. Ley lines explode with energy, and the power centres, megalithic ruins, spring back into life after tens of thousands of years of dormancy. The whole time this is building, we know what is happening, and we all gather for some of the biggest parties and festivals the world has ever seen. And we celebrate, and we wait until that time we all know is coming. When that vibration reaches its highest peak and we can't stay the same anymore, we all sing and dance and truly enjoy our diversity for the very first time. And in that rising, shifting, beautiful vision of love and understanding, we hit the moment in time, that place the universe has been waiting for. Dormant DNA springs into existence, and suddenly, for the very first time in our history, every single person on this planet connects directly into Source. For the first time, anything is possible, and we all know it. The earth reaches up from below, and we all greet her in her magnificence, and stand in awe as we feel her reach up through our heart space to connect with the central sun for what has been a separation much, much too long. I can't even describe how it felt, the magic, the love, the absolute mystery in knowing. Good Lord, I'm crying right now. What is coming is so beautiful. I really can't describe it. I've tried my best, but I feel like I'm trying to tell you all how Beethoven's Sixth sounds on an Etch-a-Sketch. So thank you so much to Eric for giving permission that we could share this in Starseed Circle. So next we move on to sharing time. And there's usually a pause. Just a pause to see who wants to share first, a moment to digest the readings. Not everyone will share every week. in this wider circle, you're so welcome to share in the comments. So I'm going to offer up a share today. It's wonderful to revisit this reading. Wonderful to be back in those incredible feelings. And just the shared vision that we all have, even if the details are different, just that shared vision that we're all holding. And sometimes it feels so far away. It feels so far away. Right now, I'm really feeling the intensity and the heaviness of the build-up to the 17th of February, which is only in a few days' time. I have had some of my deepest fears resurface this week. It's usually around health and feeling very restricted with health. And there's a lot of history around that. I know a lot of people talk about ascension symptoms, but to be honest, with the health stuff I've had all my life, ascension symptoms don't really get a look in. I think they feel very despondent. There's so many other symptoms to be dealing with. Oh, the joy. So, I'm sure they are having an effect as well, but to be honest, I couldn't identify which is which. The physical stuff I've got going on at the moment is so familiar to me. It's been going on all my life, so... what else do I want? I feel sad. I'm feeling sad. Just going to sit with that for a moment. I'm feeling sad. This week... Oh boy, I think so much more information has come out, and suddenly social media is flooded with people talking about the release of the recent files. So much more disclosure about the global trafficking. And it's interesting because at the same time I felt this kind of lifting of a great weight. Like, so many more people are now holding this in their consciousness collectively, and maybe not, certainly not the whole picture yet, but a lot more of it. And I feel like that burden has been lifted a bit. So I'll be interested to see if other starseeds are feeling that. And I feel like I just want to go into the deepest sleep for a very long time. Like when you can finally put something down. And I just want to go into just such a massive release of just, oh God. But I can't fully put it down because we're not quite there yet and people aren't fully awake yet. So it's a strange place of like, just let me sleep for a month. Well, 5 years. Just put me in a beautiful spot. Just leave me there. Just leave me there. But I can't yet. So it's kind of this tender relief and yet sad and yet it's very tender. It's a very tender feeling. And then I feel like I've also been a bit swamped with perhaps the fears that are out there in collective, because the things I really feel I'd already processed. For example, people really going into the hopelessness. And there's been a lot of comments on social media about, okay, so more and more people know about this and they're still doing nothing. People are just going about their normal lives. Why is nothing changing? Why are there no arrests, etc., etc.? And that's so familiar to us starseeds. When is it finally going to really happen? And I kind of felt that wasn't even really mine. And then I had a big fear come up of, I'm here in the UK and, places like Iran, just sending them so much light. And I was thinking, is Britain going to end up as bad as that before the breakthrough? How much more do I need to prepare? Britain is, having its own kind of implosion. And I'm not going to go into all the politics and everything, but there's a lot of destruction around me. A lot of the agendas they're still pushing. And I also get this idea of the light forces need to just allow these agendas to look like they're playing out to really wake people up. And I do understand that. I went through my own period of intense mind control in my life and had to deprogram from it. So I really understand that need for everyone to be truly awake, so they're truly aware, and this just never happens again. What's happened on this planet, it just can't happen again, because everyone's kind of got that seed in their mind and they can see so clearly what is evil and how evil dresses itself up as the light, and just such deeper instincts. And I also just think we've done such an incredible job with our DNA dumbed down, with our lifestyles dumbed down, with school indoctrinating us. I mean, how incredible that anyone's waking up. absolutely miraculous. So I just, oh, God bless humanity. God bless them. The will to live and the will to succeed and the will to be happy and loved and free. We've had everything thrown at us, absolutely everything, and we're still persisting with we're going to be free. I know it's taken an awful lot of outside help, including from our starseeds coming here, outside help. But oh my goodness, it's, yeah. So I'm feeling all sorts this week, as you could probably tell. And there's also a sense of, and this might be interference of, I shouldn't be sharing, and this is all a stupid idea, starting up this podcast. And God bless my Starseed Circle on Zoom, because they're so supportive and they tell me they're getting so much from it, and that's giving me the confidence to put this on and hopefully reach more people. Because I'm definitely getting that loss of confidence and that loss of self-esteem. So I wonder if that's a bit of a theme for this time as well. So we're massive build up to the 17th. A lot of shadow stuff coming up, personally and collectively, and I think there might be a theme for me and a few starseeds out there who I've spoken with, but keeping the share about myself. For me, it's, batten down the hatches time. That's what it feels like, and wherever possible, try to be in the vision of the golden age. And I found that so hard. There's been long stretches of time where I've not been able to hold the vision at all. I've just had to focus on survival. And that's been excruciating, because I've just, what's the point of me being here if I can't hold the light? But I have to remind myself, just being here is to be of the light, is to bring light here, and to go easy on myself. And when I can, go into holding the vision of the golden timeline. That's my share today. Thank you all so much for hearing me, and thank you for your time. Once we've gone round everyone and everyone's shared and we've thanked everyone for their shares, we move on to the second meditation. And after the meditation, we will wrap up the circle. So for all those who would like to, I invite you to take a deep breath, deep inhale, breathing in that brilliant white light and just settling and being comfortable where you are. And exhale. Taking another deep breath in, brilliant white light filling your being. And exhale, brilliant white light. And this time in the meditation, I want you to imagine that we are physically all together in our circle. And there is a pillar of brilliant white light descending from source down to the centre of our circle and into the core of Gaia. This brilliant white light perhaps our faces are glowing with the brilliant white light, and as you look around the circle, our wider starseed circle, perhaps realizing there are a lot of familiar faces, a lot of familiar energies of your fellow starseeds. As we welcome everyone who belongs in this circle to stay, and anyone who perhaps is not for them, we send them our love and our blessing. Just as we did last circle, just setting our space, setting our intention for our starseed circle. And just settling where you are. Gentle breathing. And first of all, I want you to imagine a delicate pink light coming down through the pillar of light and gently surrounding us. And supporting our hearts. Supporting our hearts for everything we have been through. Just just as Eric said in the reading, the relief, and realizing everything we have been through, which is always the most clear in the moment we can leave it behind. Just bringing this delicate pink light to our hearts, comforting, acknowledging all the pain we've been through, acknowledging all the pain Gaia has been through. This beautiful pink light and any other colours you wish to imagine. What feels good to you? This pink light offering solace and even apology for everything you have been through. In a moment of reverence, honouring the warrior starseeds. And just acknowledging that this pink light is circling everyone else in the circle, and perhaps for a moment extending your heartfelt honouring towards your fellow starseeds. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming to Earth. In spite of the massive challenges, in spite of the at times unbearable suffering, you came anyway to save a planet. And we're so nearly there. And perhaps we take a deep inhale and just sit with this acknowledgement of being seen for who we are by all the forces of light and each other. And a deep exhale, releasing. And perhaps I'm seeing this pink light becoming playful. That wonderful playfulness that comes when we feel seen and held and honoured and revered and acknowledged and known. The playfulness, when we can come back to our playful nature. And as the pink light, this beautiful pink light, running all through us and around us, dancing around us, and any other colours that feel potent and beautiful for you today. And this might be a good time to welcome in any of your guides that would like to participate in this meditation, bringing their light, their beautiful, unique light, and your higher self and I am presence. As we widen the resonance, as we widen the reverence, so many beings in our circle space, beautiful beings of light. As we honour the light forces for everything they have done and are doing, we see and acknowledge them and the suffering they have been through, the losses. Extending this most delicate pink light to them also, to their hearts, our brothers and sisters. And again, this light becomes playful as we get to relax into feeling seen and held. And in this state of gentleness and playfulness, perhaps we can all begin to imagine a very gentle stepping toward our personal golden timeline, golden age timeline. And if some things feel so difficult to imagine, just remember that's okay. It's okay. For some of us, it's such a big leap from the painful situations we are in to imagining a golden timeline. So just imagine perhaps just things being slightly easier. Perhaps one thing in your life improving. Perhaps just a little bit more of a feeling of ease in your days. And for those of us who can stretch a bit further today, imagining your golden age timeline, all the areas of your life you'd like to have improved. Where do you shine best? What support do you need to be really you? What would your home look like? Your relationships? What would the earth look like? What would the massive bubble of relief, intense relief of the planet's freedom, what would that really feel like? All the innocence freed. So we start to head towards the end of our meditation, but just staying for a moment with either just the smallest improvements. If you're in pain today, just imagine a little bit more ease coming in. And know that the full vision of your golden age timeline is held by your higher self. And in the not too distant future, you'll be able to imagine all of it in its full glory and sit easily with it. And if you're able to imagine the full golden age timeline for yourself, just stay right there for a moment, perhaps inspired by the reading taken from Eric's vision, just freed up to imagine the most incredible future for us all. And for a moment, just look around the circle and just notice everyone else glowing with imagining their golden age timeline. Perhaps everyone looks just a little bit different when they stepped into the circle today. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Thank you, everyone, and I will now wrap up the circle. Attending and sharing in our wider StarSeed circle can trigger memories and emotional responses. Please take care of yourselves after circle. If you'd like to, share in the comments as to what your self-care will be after this circle. I like to share that sometimes for me that's having a shower. Other times it's a walk by the river. I'm very lucky there's a river very close to me. And sometimes it's cake. You won't find that in the spiritual guidance book. But hey, we do what we can to get through this crazy, crazy life and crazy liberation. So before we close Circle, some quick reminders today. Please remember everything shared in Circle stays in Circle. So everything you've heard me share today and anything you see in the comments, let's create a safe space as we can, despite it being an open platform. In a moment there is opportunity to hang out and chat, so that would be true. In the Zoom, there's certainly opportunity to hang out and chat in the comments. If you'd like to discuss a person's share, please ask their permission first. Shares contain vulnerable personal details never shared before. Again, a bit of a departure from most comment sections, but let's see what we can create here. Let's see what we can hold. We're creating a new paradigm, so let's start right here. Please join us again. The more we spend time together, the more opportunity for Circle to impact our lives and well-being. And finally, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting your fellow starseeds. Until we meet again, may God and Goddess be with you.